Hey guys, so in today's video I'm gonna make a top 10 list again, and this is gonna be the best Zenkais in the game, the top 10 best Zenkais in the game. But before we start, I have a second channel and I've started uploading on it. Uh, in case you're interested, please check it out. The link is gonna be in the description. The content is pretty much the same thing, Dragon Ball Legends, some Dokkan stuff. The difference is I'm gonna upload shorts there, so that's the difference. But once again, if you're interested, please check it out. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the sub. So yeah, thank you. And let's jump in. So the top 10 best Zenkais. Nowadays they don't go crazy with most of the Zenkais. We have a few good Zenkais, but they don't really do too much. And there are some really bad Zenkais as well. So obviously a few years ago, I would say it was like before the third anniversary, so like a year ago. Like Zenkais were the best units in the game, but obviously that's not the case anymore. So top 10, who is the 10th best Zenkai? I'm gonna go with Zenkai LF Piccolo. The reason is I think he's overall a great unit still. And I think he aged very well. It's just you're not gonna run him on any team. He's yellow as well, which is at this point or at the moment is not the best color for sure. But other than that, I feel like individually he has the kit. He has some great stuff in his kit. I feel like he's actually a strong unit. Just once again, like he doesn't really have a team at the moment. But I do think he deserves to be in the top 10. So I'm gonna put him as the 10th best Zenkai unit in the game. Number 9. Number 9 is going to be the Zenkai Full Power Frieza. This unit is actually pretty good. The LF Full Power Freeze is obviously better, but overall this guy is actually pretty good. He has a good Zenkai ability. He actually has a decent Z ability. And he's just a great unit. Like he's just good. Once again, it's just that he's yellow. That definitely hurts him. He's also endurance. Obviously, the androids they just completely shut this guy down. Although 18 is obviously weak to yellow, so I mean this guy can actually do some damage to 18. Like you catch her with a blue card. Like yeah, like this guy does a lot of damage actually. Like not a lot of damage, but actually he has decent damage output. He's tanky. Once again, he has endurance obviously. The blue card is actually a decent unit, in my opinion. And LOE is a great team, so I mean, if you don't run into MUI Goku and the androids, I mean, he's actually a decent unit. Yellow, blue, LOE was really good a few months ago. Obviously, I wouldn't run that team nowadays, but yeah, I think he's actually a very decent Zenkai, and he's one of the few examples. He's not old at all. He just came out a few months ago, and they actually made him pretty decent. So I think he deserves to be in the top 10. But once again, obviously in this meta, it's not the best meta for him for sure. Otherwise, I think you could probably move him higher. But I'm gonna go with this for now. Number 8. Number 8 is gonna be the purple first anniversary Super Saiyan Super Saiyan Vegeta. This unit, they definitely didn't go crazy, which is understandable. He already had a very busted base. He's not great. I'm not gonna go and say he's great. I wouldn't say he's great, and there are some matches where he's not gonna do too much. But the luck, the fact that he draws a strike, he has card draw speed, the main ability, he nullifies endurance for 30 timer counts. His ultimate actually hits pretty hard. He gets triple card draw speed with his main. His green card is actually very good. All those things together make him very dangerous actually. And if you run him on mono purple where he gets obviously a ton of Zenkai buffs, yeah, he can do some stuff definitely. So I think he deserves this spot. I'm gonna put the purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku as the number 7 Zenkai. I think this guy is actually, I don't know if he's like, I don't want to say he's underrated because I think he's underrated, but on the other hand, no one actually runs GT. So it's like, I understand why people don't really talk about this unit, why you don't see this unit at all. They haven't buffed GT in a hot minute. Like, I understand why people don't talk about this unit. I understand why people don't use this unit. People just don't run his team. But overall, I feel like he's actually like overall a very solid unit still. His damage output is definitely not the best, and he's also pretty slow because he gets damage, a pretty significant damage buff after like, I think it's like 30 timer counts. Like, he's definitely a little bit slow. But other than that, like overall, like this guy has great stats. His green card is absolutely amazing. He can stack card draw speed. His blue card can lock in. His main ability obviously gets a key. He gets his ultimate, and he nullifies endurance for 30 timer counts when he pops his main. He's a very good support unit for the GT team. He gives 30% damage. He also gets key every time he faces an enemy, which is absolutely amazing. He can nullify special cover changes, which is once again absolutely amazing. Like, this guy does a ton of things. Like, overall utility, I think this guy is just absolutely fantastic. And I feel like if GT would be overall better, this guy would be more relevant for sure. It's just GT is not really relevant at the moment. Although I think GT is actually, I wouldn't say it's great, but you can use GT and you can have some success with the team. But yeah, I do believe that this guy is this good. Like, he actually has a good kit. The only problem is like the damage output. That can be a problem, but overall he does a ton of things. So yeah, I think this is a good spot for him. So number 6, I'm gonna put Red Gohan as the number 6 unit. He still has a great kit. He can still do some really good damage. He has good support. Obviously, one of the best comeback units in the game. But he doesn't really have a great team at the moment. Also, there are some units who can shut him down completely. Ultra Gogeta with his green card, Super Vegito with his main, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with his green card. Those units can just delete your buffs. And Gohan, he's gonna have a hard time doing those 1v3 comebacks when he doesn't have his buffs. Overall, once again, I think he still has a very good kit. Obviously, he stacks the comeback potential. He goes type neutral with his main. Like, he has some very good stuff in his kit, but doesn't really have a good team in my opinion. And yeah, like, he's not really relevant. MUI Goku just came out. He replaces him on, I don't know, like Sun Family. If you run Sun Family, I think MUI Goku is obviously just the better option. So I don't know. He doesn't really have a team, but overall, I still think his kit is good enough. So I think he deserves to be like a top 10 Zenkai for sure. Maybe even like top 5, but I'm gonna go with this spot for him. I think this is fair. So number 5, I'm gonna put LF First Form Frieza as the 5th best Zenkai. Obviously, it's just LOE is great, although I wouldn't say LOE is the best team in the game right now, but this guy's support is absolutely ridiculous. He holds a blue card, his green card is really good. His damage output is not the best, but he's tanky. He can nullify cover changes. And even, like, against Saiyans, this guy can actually do some really good damage, especially with his ultimate. His ultimate hits really hard. So yeah, like, one of the best support units, one of the best overall units in my opinion. Like, he's just overall great. The only thing is, like, the damage output is definitely not outstanding or anything like that. Number 4, Namek Goku. I do think this is kind of controversial, but who do you want to put above him? Like, maybe I can see this. I think maybe this is also, I can see this at worst, but I wouldn't say these four below him are better. But in my opinion, Namegoku is the fourth best Zenkai in the game. He got his Zenkai a long time ago, and I wouldn't say he's like crazy oppressive, but overall, I still think he has a great kit. He's slow, yes, I understand, I agree. He's slow. He's also high skill cap unit, so in my opinion, a lot of players are just not gonna be successful with this unit, unfortunately. And I think that's like his main issue, that people just don't think this guy is great because it's not easy to use this guy. His blue card is amazing, but once again, if you want to land it, it's not easy. Like, if you're just gonna stand back and, oh, I have a blue card, like, good luck. Against a good player, you're not gonna land your blue card. At least you're not gonna land the counter, so. But overall, if you know what you're doing with this guy, if you know his kit, if you use him correctly, I think he's still absolutely great. His stats are absolutely ridiculous. Like, I think he has the best stats in the game. I'm pretty sure. When he transforms, he has the best stats. Once again, the blue card, the damage output obviously builds up damage. He's also really good last man standing. I don't know. Like, I feel like he's just this good. I honestly do. Like, if you know what you're doing with this guy, if a good player uses this unit, I think he's still very, very dangerous. Obviously, he kind of has the same issue as Red Gohan, Super Vegito, Ultra Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like, those are the main units. They can delete buffs, and that definitely hurts him. But otherwise, I think this guy is just fantastic. I truly believe. Like, that's my opinion. You can disagree with me, but that's how I feel. Number 3, the yellow Super Saiyan Goku. Yeah, although he's not like he's not gonna do the most damage. It's probably, I mean, he's a Zenkai, like he's tanky enough. I wouldn't say it's like I wouldn't say he's squishy, but like he's not really like a crazy tank. But the utility, yeah, that's where this guy gets crazy. He's a support unit. The best thing about this unit is the fact that he can reduce his sub count by 10 every when your opponent uses the Rising Rush. That's absolutely ridiculous. Your opponent rushes, and this guy, you can just switch him back in. Like, it doesn't matter if you just switched out, he can come back, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, he has the dead buffs, so it's like you can just sack off this guy and you just get your whole team just gets stronger. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. His main ability actually gives him some very good damage. He has card draw speed, so you can stall. He also reduces sub count when your opponent uses a blue card or an ultimate. Like, this guy, overall, the utility is just absolutely ridiculous. One of the best rush control units in the game. Like, at the moment, I would argue that this guy is just straight up better than endurance units when it comes to the rush control. So yeah, in my opinion, this unit is actually a perfect example of a good Zenkai, and he's actually not an old Zenkai at all. They just did a really good job with him. The rush control, the buff, the dead buffs, the support, the card draw speed, you can stall once again. He locks main abilities. He just does so much. His utility is absolutely crazy. He can actually do decent damage with his main ability. Like, this guy is just overall great. Like, and honestly, you can probably argue that he's like top 2, but I'm gonna go with Super Vegito as the number 2 unit. I can honestly see this. Like, overall, individually, like, this guy is stronger. Like, I don't think that's an argument, but the utility, like, you can definitely argue, like, yeah, I prefer this guy because, like, he can just always tank rush, like, the dead buffs, like, the utility overall. I can see this, but, yeah, I'm gonna go with Super Vegito as number 2. I don't really understand where the hate is coming from. I think this guy is great. He's not busted, he's not broken, and he's a little bit slow, but I do feel like he's actually a really, really, really good unit. His main ability arguably the best main ability in the game. I love his green card. I think it's really, really good. His blue card, I mean, it's a long animation, so that's not the best thing ever. But yeah, the card draw speed, obviously main ability gives him extra card draw speed, so this guy can actually have double card draw speed. Not only that, when he enters the battlefield, if you have three cards or less, he draws an extra card, which is immediately a buff for him. He's also a very good support unit. I don't know, like I feel like this unit just overall he has a great kit. I understand that he's a little bit slow. Of course, he is. Like, I agree. But overall, if you know what you're doing with this unit, if you know his kit, if you don't just random press the main and absolutely waste it, this guy is fantastic. Like, I don't know where the hate is coming from. Like, yes, he's not the Super Vegito from the first anniversary. Like, yeah, when he first came out, best unit in the game, sure. But I still think they made a very good job with him. He could be a little bit better, sure, but I don't have a problem with him at all. I think he's great. Overall, he has a ton of utility, card draw speed, drawing cards, he cancels buffs. The green card is very good. The support, like, I don't know, I don't have a problem with this unit at all. So that's my opinion. Number one, I don't think that's like a surprise. I think it's pretty obvious who the number one Zenkai is right now. The Zenkai LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I mean, yeah, he's just crazy good. He has ridiculous stats. The green card is really good, obviously can heal. He has a very big damage cut. He actually has 60% damage cut, and he also goes type neutral. Obviously he's a stacking unit. He's also a little bit slow because he only starts off with like 30% strike damage or something. I'm pretty sure he only has like 30%, and I think it's only strike damage. So when he first came out, when he first got his Zenkai, people actually called him bad, mid, blah blah blah. Obviously, that's not the case. But yeah, he only starts off with like 30% strike damage or something. But the thing is, he stacks. He also has the main ability, which gives him double card draw speed. He can't nullify cover changes though, so he can be stopped. At least, if he had cover nullification, he would be so busted. I mean, the same goes for Super Vegito, because obviously Super Vegito also has double card draw speed when he pops the main. Like, he would be so good. Like, Super Vegito would be such a beast with cover nullification. The same goes for Vegeta. Like, he has double card draw speed. He stacks. He lowers his arts cost. Like, he's so good, and yeah, he just doesn't have cover nullification, which is, in my opinion, not a bad thing. He would be too oppressive, in my opinion. Like, if he could just go through cover change units as well, like, that would be so busted. Obviously, he has the ultimate, which can lock in. He has support. He also supports Gatki and Vegeta clan units. This guy just overall, like, absolutely amazing. He's probably the tankiest unit in the game at the moment. 60% cut, and the stats, and he goes type neutral for 3 timer counts. Like, he can actually rev rushes. And unlike Super Saiyan for Gogeta, obviously he has 80%, but he only has that once. So yeah, like, overall this unit is absolutely crazy. I don't know, I feel like he's pretty easily number one at the moment. Like, first, when he got his Zenkai, I'm gonna be completely honest, I thought that Super Vegito was better. But yeah, I was wrong. Like, I was definitely wrong. Like, this guy is better than Super Vegito. And honestly, I wouldn't even... It pains me to say this, but I think it's not even that close. At least at the moment. I don't know. Like, I think he's just easily the best Zenkai in the game. So this is my top 10 best Zenkai units list. Obviously, we are getting Vegito Blue Zenkai. Most likely he's gonna be the best Zenkai. Most likely it's gonna be pretty insane. Maybe Vegeta is gonna be better than him, but honestly, it's pretty hard to imagine that Vegito Blue is not gonna be the best Zenkai. But who knows? We'll see. Obviously, you can make an argument for a few units. I think you can make an argument that LF Goten maybe deserves to be in the top 10. Android 21, maybe. Who else? Zamasu. I think Zamasu, maybe you can make an argument that he should be in the top 10. But I don't know, like, who would you replace, like, Zamasu with? I don't know, like, is Zamasu better than Piccolo? This guy, that guy? Like, I don't know. Maybe, I guess. Super Saiyan for Vegeta, maybe. So we have a few Zenkais that could be on the list, but yeah, like, this is my top 10 for now. I think it's pretty solid. Like, you can make some arguments like this. You can switch these three around, I guess. Like, you can do probably this maybe. But overall, I think this is like a solid Zenkai list. I'm actually like comfortable with this. Like, you can definitely make some arguments, but overall, I think this is decent. I'm not saying this is perfect, but because I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't used Zenkai Piccolo in a while. I haven't used Zenkai Full Power Frieza in a while. I haven't used FSK in a while. I haven't used, I don't know, LF Goten in a while. Like, I haven't used most Zenkais in a while. Like, there are a few Zenkais I use a lot, like these four. Sometimes I use GT. When I use GT, obviously I'm using this guy. So overall, like, obviously nowadays Zenkais are not that relevant, and I haven't used a lot of Zenkais, most Zenkais, in a while. But overall, I would say this is like a decent top 10 list. So let me know what you guys think. Agree, disagree, who should be on the top 10 list. Yeah, but I think this is fine. I would say this is fine. Not perfect probably, but this is a fine top 10 Zenkai list, I would say. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please check out the second channel. And yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, so I actually made a mistake. Zenkai Bardock. I completely forgot that he's in the game. Like, I forgot. I don't know how, but I forgot. I think he definitely deserves to be on the list. I think, okay, so he's on the list, so he's gonna replace Piccolo. I think he probably should be higher than Frieza. I think he should be higher than Vegeta. I think he probably should be higher than Goku as well. Is he higher than FSK? I don't know. The thing is, obviously Bardock, although I think he's actually great. He has a very good kit. Obviously the Super Saiyan buffs, but at the moment we don't really have like an actual Super Saiyan team. Like, we don't really have a relevant Super Saiyan team. So just because of that, I don't want to put Bardock like super high. But yeah, like, he definitely deserves to be on this list because it's like, once again, he actually has a decent kit, but the support, the crit buffs, like, it's just too ridiculous. I think he has to be on the list. But yeah, just because of the current meta, like, I don't know if I want to put him higher. Maybe like top 5, top 4. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say he's better than the Goku at the moment because you're just not running this unit at the moment. Like, but if you do run him, like, you can just put Super Vegeta on the team, Ultra Super Gogeta on the team, and I mean, if you get a little bit lucky, if you play well, if your opponent doesn't outplay you, yeah, like, that team is gonna do a ton of damage. But we also have Zenkai Shield in the game. Like, he can pretty much shut down the Super Saiyan's team. Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with this, I think. Bardock definitely has the potential to move up in the future. Obviously, it just depends on the current units we have, the current Super Saiyan units we have. If we have some very strong Super Saiyan units, obviously Bardock's value is going to go up. But at the moment, we don't really have like a relevant Super Saiyan team. And I wouldn't say it's like a viable team in like higher ranks. But yeah, like, I think he definitely deserves to be in the top 10. So yeah, I completely forgot Bardock. That's my bad. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.